Hi guys, welcome back. We are talking the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We are talking Taylor Armstrong. She was on Watch What Happens Live. We're talking a little bit about Erica Girardi and a couple of different things I've heard over the weekend going on Instagram, Twitter, and on the internet. So, also talking about a producer who has been had a lifelong career with Evolution Production, and he has sadly stepped away. So before we get started, guys, if you love the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, if you watched from the beginning, if you know who Taylor Armstrong is, then this video is for you. If not, you should definitely hit that skip button. But if you didn't skip the video, then go ahead, give your girl a like. Definitely trying to grow my channel, so if you could subscribe and turn those notifications on, guys, because you never know what's going to be going on in the Real Housewives world. And since we are in Dubai and we're all over the country, we're in different time zones, so it's important, if you want to be up to date with what's going on, you got to turn your notifications on. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump right into this. First of all, we can talk a little bit about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Miss Taylor Armstrong. She went on Andy Cohen. A lot of people commented they did not like her look for Andy Cohen. If you guys remember, I've spoken about Taylor before. I've done videos on Taylor before. You can go back and watch some of those. Taylor was married to Russell, and he sadly unalived himself. He had a lot of pressure on him and a lot of debt, guys. A lot of debt. So much debt that when he died, she actually had to give up a couple of handbags and her engagement ring to help cover some of that debt that he left behind, that he left his business partner with. But anyways, Taylor has graced us with our presence on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, the Ex-Wives Club, number 2. And I think I've mentioned this to you guys before, so I hope I'm not repeating myself. There is the account that broke this whole story with Kathy Hilton and that guy who had doxed Lisa Rinna, and then Lisa Rinna doxed him. The account that had uncovered that, I think it's called Your Mom is Watching, or Your Mom's is Watching. She had said a long time ago to pay really close attention to where Taylor Armstrong is residing, and also what her living arrangement looks like when they show her on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. And what I found to be so interesting about that is that Taylor, all this time, you know, we've been keeping it, everyone that loves Bravo and has a favorite franchise, one that they've maybe watched from the beginning, whatever the case may be, someone out there in the Bravo, YouTube, Instagram world was keeping tabs a little bit on Taylor Armstrong, right? We know that she was living in Denver for a long time, and I think that if she would have been back in the OC, we would have heard by it, wouldn't we? I mean, with all of the casting, all of the issues that the OC is having right now, that we might even lose the entire franchise. It's been failure after failure after failure. We've discussed so many other housewives that could come back. Kelly Dodd, which, you know, I'm not going to speak my opinion on that. I do watch some of her reviews. You know, I think Kelly can be funny. I don't know whether I would say she should or shouldn't be back on the Real Housewives of Orange County. But what I would say is, with all of the choices that Bravo fans, YouTubers, anyone has brought up as an option out of the OC, Taylor Armstrong was never one of those people, because nobody even knew she was living in Orange County. I mean, they even were talking about Lori. Remember Lori from Orange County at the very beginning? She was the single mom that worked for Vicky. And we were even talking about maybe her daughter. She came on and was a bartender on Watch What Happens Live. I mean, we were talking about original OG housewives, their daughters coming on. So I just think that if Taylor was residing in the OC and everything that's been going on, all of the casting issues and women, someone would have mentioned her as an option. Why wouldn't they have? Just saying. Number 2. When they showed her and her husband and her daughter, Kennedy, it didn't look like there was much around, right? It kind of looked empty. I think they even, I don't know if it was a closet or a bookshelf or something. It just looked very empty. It didn't look it just looked empty. Maybe like they had just moved there is what I'm trying to say, guys, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Let me know what you guys think about this whole Taylor Armstrong thing. I'm very interested to see, okay, because they put her on the Real House Ultimate Girls Trip, and now they have put her on Watch What Happens Live. And a couple of key things I took away from this that I thought you guys might be interested in, okay? Andy Cohen asked her if it was true that originally, way back in the day, when the women didn't want Bravo to film them, if they were touching up their lipstick or their makeup, they would say bravo, 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 right? And this all refers back to Denise Richards, you know, saying bravo, bravo, effing bravo when she was like in a really hot spot at a dinner, okay? Taylor says, no, we never use the code word bravo, bravo, bravo. She said what they would do is they would sing the songs songs that they knew Bravo would never buy the copyright to be able to air. So they wouldn't be able to air the footage. Get it? I 1000% believe this, only because Kelly Dodd spoke on this before. She said everything has to go through approval with Bravo. They have to get permission for everything. If they take a family photo somewhere and they want to use it on the show, they want to know what brand everyone is wearing, because they have to reach out and get approval to show it on Bravo, okay? So if they want a song to be played, they have to have gotten the copyrights for it. So one of the songs was Happy Birthday, I guess probably because it would be hard to get a copyright for that. And then, of course, there were many other examples, but that was one of them. So I do believe that. So what we know now, going on behind the scenes, is that Bravo has to get copyright permission, whatever the terminology you want to use, for anything that they're showing us on their screens, okay? Down to family photos and who's wearing what, which I thought was really interesting. She also went on to say that her and Kyle had a special code for each other if they thought one or the other was drinking too much at a dinner party. Sorry, the sun just got so bright all of a sudden. And she said what they would do is, if Taylor thought Kyle was drinking too much, she would go, hey, Kyle, I think your earring's loose. I think your earring's a little loose over here on this ear, as a sign like, hey, yo, you're drinking too much. And she says that she understands now, looking back, that she probably had Kyle's back a little bit more than Kyle had Taylor's back. And Taylor said that because Taylor was drinking a lot on the show. I think that she was. And she probably was mixing that with, medication that she was on for her anxiety, because she was in a high stress situation with her husband. And then, of course, after he died, and even, I don't know if it would be better or worse, but again, another stressful situation. And so I'm sure that she was seeking out medication for that, as well as drinking while filming. If you guys remember the Malibu party, that's where the famous cat meme came from. And then, oh gosh, sorry, the sun is beating on my back. What else did I want to tell you? Oh yeah, that was with this. Feud drinks too much. Oh, and then I thought it was so crazy at the end when Andy Cohen went to thank everyone. Let me switch ears. When Andy Cohen thanked everyone, he said, I want to thank the bartender, I want to thank so-and-so, and I want to thank Brandy for coming on the show tonight. Everyone have a great night. And they start clapping. And so Taylor's kind of on like a 10-second delay before she says, Andy, did you just call me Brandy? And he was like, oh my gosh, I did, Taylor. I'm so sorry. It just made me think of her because we were talking about this game. And by then it pretty much cuts out. But I just found it so comical that Andy Cohen called Taylor Brandy out of everyone. Another little small thing I want to mention about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills right now is that there was a blind item going around that was talking about a A-list singer's daughter that can't get famous no matter what she does, and her husband's cheating on her. Okay, so everyone in the comments was answering that and saying that it was definitely Teddy Mellencamp. and that Edwin cheats on her. So I want to know your guys' opinion about that. I'm pretty sure I posted the blind under the community on this YouTube channel, but if not, you can also find it on my Instagram, the HW Historian. It has like a little Bravo picture. It's not actually my picture. It's like the little Bravo icon is the photo. And then I also wanted to mention, since we're on the subject of blind items, there was a blind item that came up about Diana and Denise Richards. Well, allegedly, that's what it was about. I'm going to read it to you, and I'm not going to get too much into it because I want to talk about it in another video when we have a little bit more time. But the blind item reads something like, a former West Coast housewife did not show up last episode. Her ex told her to not film with the newest housewife because he knows her from partying in the old days. Everyone is saying that basically Charlie Sheen told Denise, don't go film with her. Don't go film with that lady. I know her from my days when I used to party like a rock star and, you know, get down. We all know, I'm not throwing any shade at this, but we all know that Charlie Sheen loved to be with, you know, to buy set. I don't even know if I can say that on here. To buy love. He liked a certain type of woman that he could just pay for. That was fine. I mean, Denise Richards talks about how he showed up with a random woman that he was paying on Thanksgiving, and he left her in the car, and Denise was like, go get her out of the car and bring her in, damn it. Like, why do you show up here with, you know, someone you're paying to, you know, pleasure you on Thanksgiving, and then you leave her in the car? Like, you're a real asshole. Bring her inside. Which I always respected Denise for that. That really sealed the deal when I was like, you know what, I'm cool with Denise. I'm gonna roll with her. But yeah, so I want to hear all of your guys' opinions and thoughts on this. Please comment below. Sorry guys, I was on vacation last week, so I definitely was not consistent with my content, but this week is a new week and I have a lot to talk about, so turn those notifications on because I'm going to be posting a lot of good stuff. All right guys, have a great day. Bye.